Newsflash, you don't need a fancy degree to get a good job. So today I'm going to share 6 jobs that don't require a college degree, and I'm going to mix it up a little bit with both office jobs and trades. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, my name is Hisham Khan and welcome to Income Over Outcome, where I give you college, career, and of course, personal finance tips. Now this video is kind of a second part to my video on the highest paying college jobs. So if you haven't seen that already, I'll link it in the description and at the very end of this video so you can check it out once this one is over. The truth is that college isn't for everyone. And in today's day and age, the amount of things you can do without a college degree are endless. I could literally make hundreds of videos on this topic. The 6 careers I'm going to talk about fit into at least one of these 2 categories. They're either really high paying or they have really high growth over the next decade. I'm also going to go over the number 1 and 2 fastest growing careers according to the United States Department of Labor. And my personal favorite job from this list will be number 1 at the very end of this video. I'm also curious as to which one of these jobs you like the best, or if you think all of them suck and you just want me to make another video with better jobs. Let me know in the comments. A lot of public service jobs actually don't require you to have a college degree, and one of the best of them is probably being a police officer. Now I knew I had to include this on today's list because it's one of the most obvious, and I promise you, you probably won't find the rest of the jobs as obvious as this one. All you really need to be a cop is a high school diploma or GED, and of course you have to pass police training. Now training is different for every single police department, and it might become more difficult in the near future. But you can earn a decent amount of money not too long after high school if you become a cop. Your pay isn't anything crazy, but it'll definitely support a decent lifestyle, with the average cop making $50,000. And if you work in a bigger city or become a detective or sheriff, you can earn a lot more money. The huge part of cops' compensation though are their benefits. Cops are set up really well for retirement with 401ks and pension plans, and they also have really great health insurance plans, which adds a lot of value to their job. I have to say though, don't become a cop just because of the benefits or because you don't want to go to school. You actually need to have a desire to help people, and it's really important that you're mentally strong because you're going to deal with a lot of really tough things on the job. I think this next job is actually really cool, and that's being an air traffic control specialist. Now this is a really high stakes job because it's literally your responsibility to make sure everything flying in the air is safe and no accidents happen. But because of that, pay is great. Now there are some bachelor degrees certified by the FAA that could give you a leg up in becoming an air traffic control specialist, but you don't necessarily need that to get the job. All you really need is to show that you have 3 years of work experience. They're not going to hire a kid fresh out of high school, which is fair for a job this serious. You also have to be less than 30 years old, pass their background checks, and pass a physical exam. Now training is split up into different phases, so it can take you years before you become fully certified, and your pay is honestly not that high when you're first starting out, but as you complete more training phases, the higher your pay will go. The average air traffic controller makes $127,000, which is amazing for a job that doesn't require any college. Now let's get into some jobs that have really high potential. Sales jobs are great for people who don't want to go to college because they're all about soft skills, like communication, which can't really be learned in a classroom. Now to be clear, when I'm talking about sales jobs, I'm not talking about like a used car salesperson. If you want to make money in sales, you have to go where the money is. And that's either business to business sales or something like real estate. That's why the 3rd career on my list is being a real estate agent. Honestly, if I didn't go to college, being a real estate agent would be the 2nd thing on my mind, right before hitting that like button and notification bell. But in all seriousness, real estate and the number 1 job on this list would be the only two things I personally would consider doing. All you need to become a real estate agent is to pass a real estate exam and get your license, which only costs a few $100. Now, shows like Million Dollar Listing and Selling Sunset have really glorified being a real estate agent, but I'm about to drop some truth for you all. Because the barrier to entry is so low, being a real estate agent is insanely competitive. 90% of real estate agents fail because of how much work it takes. You're essentially starting your own business. You're not only selling homes, but also your personality. Your job is to build relationships with people so they always want to come back and do business with you. So if you aren't willing to dedicate your whole life to real estate, especially when you're first starting out, it'll be really hard for you to find success. The average real estate agent makes just $43,000 a year, but it really all depends on how much work you put in, because most real estate agents aren't paid a salary, but they're paid on commission. So if you're not selling anything, you're not making anything. But if you're selling a lot, then you're going to be balling. But honestly, you would be surprised at how little real estate agents actually make based off of their commission. In most real estate deals, 6% of the home's purchase price goes to the realtors, but that amount is split up between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. So really, each realtor gets 3%. So if you sell $1 million house, your commission is $30,000, which is great. But then you have to account for the fact that real estate agents have to pay a portion of their commission to their brokerage, which is basically the company they work for. And a lot of the time, that can be half of your commission. So really, $1 million sale will only make a real estate agent $15,000. Going off of that logic, if you want to make $100,000, then you have to sell at least $6.6 million of real estate every single year. So my point is that real estate is not easy at all, but if you have the work ethic, you can be really successful in it. The next two jobs aren't super high paying, but they're the top growing jobs over the next decade, so I figured I would include them. The first are solar photovoltaic installers. Now, I have no idea if I even said that right. It's a complete mouthful, but we all know that clean energy is being pushed really hard right now, and it'll only become more and more important over the next few years. And photovoltaic installers are the people who put solar panels onto your roofs. The Department of Labor says that demand for them will grow by a whopping 63% over the next decade. That's more than any other job. Now, the salary is honestly not that high at just $45,000, but you're basically guaranteed a job. Plus, it's an up-and-coming industry, so if you do become skilled in it and you're able to create a business around it, you can make a ton of money. The field growing the second fastest is also related to clean energy, and that's wind turbine service technicians. Exactly like the name sounds, you would be going to wind turbines and helping fix them. So because of that, you can't be scared of heights at all, because the average wind turbine is 280 feet tall, and you would be spending hours up there. That makes it a bit more dangerous than installing solar panels, but the salary is slightly better at $53,000, and growth is 57%, which is also insane. I just thought those were two really cool jobs, so that's why I added them in. But now it's time for the one you have all been waiting for. The number one job you can get without a college degree is web development, and this is also something you can do as a side hustle while you're still in school. In the age of social media, knowing how to build websites is a really important skill, and you can learn everything you need just from online classes and with hours of practice. Demand for web developers will go up by 13% over the next 10 years. And you could work at normal tech and marketing companies if you want to, because a lot of them don't require you to have a degree. All they really care about are your skills, and you could expect to make around $74,000. The real money though is in starting your own business. If you become skilled in web development, you can start building websites for other businesses who are going to pay you thousands of dollars, and then you're going to be rolling in the dough. And that's exactly what I would do if I was looking to do something without a college degree. If you watched to this point of the video, then you're a real MVP, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and that notification bell if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video, but until then, take care.